It's Friday, it's fly tying time, and here's one to inspire you for the weekend. And from my Jack of all casts, it's Cormorant time. This fly, I'm tying now, taking out of my Jack of all cast. Now, why have I called it that? Well, if you've ever been in a situation, you're going out fishing and you just don't know. You haven't got a clue what's going on. You don't know if the fish are on lures, they're on buzzers, nymphs, boobies. That's why I've called this the Jack of all casts. Because what you do, I've included a few of the blobs. So you put one of them on the top dropper. Then you've got more imitative patterns in the middle, and then you've got the booby in the point. And that's why I call it the Jack of all casts. It covers everything. Now, my setup for fishing this is blob top, whichever one you want to pick. Then I will put two of the more realistic patterns in the middle. And then I'll put the booby on the point. What I will do then is I will actually keep changing my fly line, not flies, nothing. I will change the line, which means I'm changing the depth to find out what level the fish are feeding at. As soon as you get a response, you might get a response maybe just from the blob. That means these fish really want to look at lures. You might only get a response from the nymphs. Well, that means, well, just take the blobs off, take the boobies off, and just fish straight line nymphing. So it's a great sort of technique and combination of flies to work out what the fish want. And if you're catching on all flies, well, just keep the cast on. Don't change it, you know. And the beauty with it is you've got the blob at the start, which means, blob at the top dropper, which is an attractor. You can pull your fish to it. What that will do is that will enable you to, if they're not really into the blob and taking that, they'll turn around and they'll actually take the nymphs in the middle. You also, with having the booby in the point, and the one I'm tying now is just the Cormorant booby. And what will happen is, if you're using sort of a slow sinking line, medium sink, as soon as you cast it out, if you pop it, the booby will make a little bit of disturbance. Any fish in the area are inquisitive. They come in and have a look, you know, what's that disturbance? And if they don't take the blob, if they don't take the booby, they might, if they're sort of attracted by the booby, they might travel up the cast and again take the more imitative patterns. So, as I said, Jack of all, covers everything, and a great searching out pattern. With this as well, I've tied the whole fly first and then I put the booby eyes on. Some people put them on before, some people put them on after. It doesn't really matter. The only important thing with this is that you find the middle of the ether foam. And the easiest way I find is that if you hold it sideways to the hook, pull it down, yeah, that's the middle, do another turn, then turn the ether foam onto it, and then you do a figure of 8 to tie it in place. And then just bring the silk in front, and we'll do a couple of half hitches just to lock it in place. If you haven't got a hackle pliers like these, then use a biro. And if you want to be ultra secure, then you can put a little bit of super glue on the bottom or a little bit of varnish. But there you go, that's the Cormorant. There are a couple of other boobies in the selection, a couple of blobs and nymphs. So if you're ever in a situation where you're scratching your head and you don't know what to put on the cast, well, put the Jack of all cast on, and then you'll find out what the fish really want. It's Friday! No. Yeah, okay, go for it, yeah. Yeah. Holy shit.